The tale of Phraortes begins with the rise of his people, the Medes, an ancient Iranian civilization. They inhabited the rugged terrain south of the Caspian Sea, living for centuries under the shadow of the mighty Assyrian Empire. Yet within this subjugation, the seeds of rebellion began to sprout. In the 7th century BC, a visionary leader named Deioces emerged, uniting the disparate Median tribes. He cast off the yoke of Assyrian oppression and established the Median kingdom with Ecbatana as its formidable capital. This marked the birth of a new power in the ancient world, a time of consolidation under Deioces' reign. He established a centralized government and a powerful army, laying the foundation for his grandson, Phraortes. The Medes were no longer subjugated subjects, but a force to be reckoned with, their empire stretching across the mountains and plains of ancient Iran. Poised to challenge the established powers of their age, the Medes were ready for the triumphs and tragedies that would unfold under Phraortes' rule. History remembers Deioces as the unifier, the one who forged a nation from scattered tribes. His vision set the stage for the rise of Phraortes and the unfolding saga of the Median dynasty. Phraortes was born into a world on the cusp of change. The exact date of his birth remains shrouded in the mists of time. However, historians estimate it to be around the early 7th century BC. He was born the son of Cyaxares, Deioces' successor. From the moment of his birth, Phraortes was groomed for leadership. He grew up surrounded by the trappings of royalty. He was trained in the arts of war and diplomacy. He was imbued with the stories of his grandfather's triumphs. The young prince would have learned to ride horses, wield weapons, and command troops from a young age. He would have listened intently to the counsel of wise advisers. He would have absorbed the cultural and religious traditions of his people. Phraortes' upbringing instilled in him a deep sense of duty. He inherited his grandfather's ambition. He was destined to rule and expand the Median Empire. This was the heavy mantle he would inherit upon his father's death. Upon the death of Cyaxares in 625 BC, Phraortes inherited a powerful kingdom. His father had continued Deioces' work. He further consolidated the Median hold on the Iranian plateau. However, Cyaxares was also a cautious ruler. He preferred to secure the Medes' borders. Phraortes, on the other hand, was eager to test the might of his army. He looked beyond the existing borders of Media. He saw an opportunity to carve out an even larger empire. Phraortes' ascension to the throne marked a shift in Median foreign policy. He was a ruler of action. He was driven by a desire for conquest and glory. He inherited a well-trained army and a treasury brimming with wealth. He had the tools he needed to realize his ambitions. He quickly set about putting his plans into motion. Phraortes' reign was marked by a series of ambitious military campaigns. He envisioned an empire that would stretch from the Aegean Sea in the west to the Indus River in the east. He aimed to bring the entirety of the Iranian plateau under Median control. He also sought to challenge the might of the declining Assyrian Empire to the south. To achieve his goals, Phraortes implemented a number of reforms. He reorganized the Median army. He introduced new military technologies and tactics. He strengthened the infrastructure of the empire. He improved roads and communication networks. This would facilitate the movement of troops and supplies. These changes reflected Phraortes' strategic thinking. He understood that military strength was essential for the expansion of his empire. Phraortes' first target was the Kingdom of Persia. Located to the southeast of Media, Persia was a wealthy and populous region. It was ruled by the Achaemenids. Phraortes launched a swift and decisive campaign. He conquered Persia and added its territories to his growing empire. This victory was crucial for Phraortes. It secured his southern flank. It provided him with access to new resources and manpower. With Persia under his control, Phraortes turned his attention northwards. He subdued the Scythians. They were a nomadic people who had long posed a threat to the Medes' northern borders. He then turned his attention to the west. He conquered Armenia and Cappadocia. These victories brought him into direct conflict with the Lydian Empire. Lydia was a powerful kingdom. It controlled much of Anatolia. Phraortes understood the importance of diplomacy. He knew that he could not achieve his goals through military might alone. He sought to secure his gains by forging alliances with neighboring kingdoms. He established diplomatic ties with the Babylonians. They shared a common enemy in the Assyrians. This alliance would prove crucial in the coming years. Phraortes' diplomatic overtures were not always successful. His aggressive expansionist policies made him some enemies. Despite these setbacks, Phraortes' diplomatic efforts helped to secure his empire's borders. They allowed him to focus his attention on his main objective, the destruction of the Assyrian Empire. His reign was a balancing act of war and diplomacy. By the mid-7th century BC, the Assyrian Empire was a shadow of its former self. Weakened by internal strife and constant warfare, the Assyrians were vulnerable to attack. Phraortes saw an opportunity to deliver a decisive blow. In 612 BC, he joined forces with the Babylonians under King Nabopolassar. They besieged Nineveh, the Assyrian capital. The siege lasted for 3 months. The combined Median and Babylonian forces finally breached the city's defenses. They sacked Nineveh in a brutal display of vengeance. The Battle of Nineveh was a resounding victory for Phraortes. It marked the end of the Assyrian Empire. It cemented the Medes' position as the dominant power in the Near East. However, the victory came at a heavy cost. Phraortes himself was killed in the battle. Phraortes' death in the Battle of Nineveh brought his reign to an abrupt end. He did not live to see the full realization of his ambitions. However, his impact on the ancient world was significant and enduring. He transformed the Median kingdom from a regional power into a vast empire. He challenged and defeated one of the mightiest empires the world had ever seen. Phraortes' military innovations left a lasting legacy. His reorganization of the Median army paved the way for the even greater military successes of his successors. His reign marked a turning point in the history of the ancient Near East. It ushered in a new era of Median dominance. Phraortes' death left a void in the Median Empire. His son Cyaxares the Great succeeded him. Cyaxares inherited his father's ambition. He also inherited a powerful and well-organized empire. Cyaxares would go on to complete his father's work. He expanded the Median Empire to its greatest extent. He avenged his father's death by crushing the last remnants of Assyrian resistance. Phraortes' reign may have been cut short. However, his legacy lived on through the achievements of his successors. The Median Empire he helped to build would continue to dominate the Near East for another half-century. His name would be etched into the annals of history. He is remembered as the king who laid the foundations for the First Persian Empire. The empire would rise to prominence under his grandson, Cyrus the Great. He is also remembered as the king who brought an end to the Assyrian Empire. Phraortes' story is a reminder that even the most powerful empires are transient. It is a tale of ambition, conquest, and the enduring legacy of a king who dared to dream of an empire. Want more epic tales? Check out the channel for more information and hundreds of other history videos. Thank you for watching.